Bum, 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 bum. Hi, everybody. It's me here for it. I am back to continue my hardcore ChefLocke of Pokemon Emerald Crest version. I have some kind of cold or something. I took an expired COVID test. It was negative, which is taking that with a big old grain of salt. But I don't know. I was just sick like less than 2 months ago. I'm sick again. I woke up with a terrible fever 2 days ago, and I'm getting slowly better. I'm feeling just good enough that I'm fine to blow my nose every once in a while off camera and stream today. So we are doing the fully randomized PizzaChefLocke of Pokemon Emerald Crest with random abilities, random trainers, and we're having a really good time on this run. This is attempt 84. I believe it's our first Slaking we've ever caught. The Slaking line I actually have banned as a starter choice. I outlaw starters with a base stat total of over 600, and with Slaking's base stat total being close to 670, I think it is. He's not allowed as a starter, but I can catch anything that I can get into Pokeball, and we found this guy, relatively early on, I think, and it has the ability Guard Dog, which means it's basically it's Okidoki's hidden ability and Bostif's like signature ability, and from what I understand, it's basically a combination of Defiant and Suction Cups. You can't be switched out of battle by your opponent, and apparently you get an attack boost if you get intimidated. So that's pretty cool. So it's not exactly Defiant. Defiant's like any stat drop, I think. But I think Guard Dog's just for Intimidate, but still pretty friggin' cool. So that's been our real heavy hitter thus far. This is our starter, Flower, the Aggron. We got him fully evolved as a starter. He's fine. He was a great starter. Definitely good for the early game. But as you can see, I created Stovacore here. We have not lost a Pokemon yet. So I'm really happy about how this has been going. We've got our first 3 gym badges right now. We have to go do our first round of like Team Aqua Magma stuff. Team Aqua and Magma stuff. This is the box. Here are who I consider probably some of the more important things in the box. Are Screamtail, Aggron, and Silvally here. But, let's look at the party. We've got Yeast, the Yeast Beast, with his stolen leftovers. And we also stole a Life Orb earlier. He's got Covet, so we've been stealing stuff from gym leaders and stuff. And yeah, this is who we're carrying around in the party right now. It's been a good time. I'm really enjoying this team so far. No one has too broken of ability. I mean, Guard Dog's pretty good, but at the very least, we have a modest Slaking to slow it down a little bit with the minus attack nature there. Shell Armor, Lurantis, Snow Cloak, Mudsdale's kind of cheeky, but it could come in handy. It could come up someday. He is weak to ice moves, and if he can dodge better in the snow, all power to him. Not the best IVs in the world on this thing, but it's really got pretty good stats overall, and Sniper is a great ability. And then Battle Armor on the Gallade here, who does have some pretty good stats overall. Just kind of as slow as you can get. And then this is our Umbreon. Photosynthesis, nothing wrong with that. It would increase its special defense of all things, but this is fun. We've got just the two foundational ingredients in the party right now between olive oil and yeast, which means that if either of these two faint, the run is over. So we have to keep them safe. That's something we have to keep in mind. That means everybody else is just that little bit much more expendable in these fights. So yeah, we are just about to make our way to the Meteor Falls. which means we've got a couple of encounters coming our way just now. Ooh, I don't like that. Let's get... Whoa! The Doublade has Truant. That's so funny. I think somebody's maybe like trying to fix a bike or sell a bike out there. I saw two guys like drive around in a circle with their little crotch rocket. So hold on. I hear a cat being bad. Give me a moment. All right. Alrighty. Let's get on with it here. We can Pokeball. Let me, before I make some crazy mistake. Okay, we are totally out of Pokeballs. I think I remember exactly why, too. I think we ran into something good near the end of... Oh my god, there's something irritating my eye. Sorry, y'all. Just kind of a mess. But yeah, I don't know if it was a legendary Pokemon or just like... I don't remember what it was. But there was some Pokemon we ran into that was worth throwing every Pokeball to when I knew that we were just about to land in a new town with more Pokeballs to buy. So we got to do that now. Maybe going over here will remind me. We are at the hard level cap of 37 here. What the fuck? Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. That fucking sucks. Since when does a base 90 power move 4 levels over leveled from a fully evolved Pokemon with a higher attack stat than Rayquaza? Right, Covet? Yeah, with the same attack type bonus, it's a 90 power move. A fully evolved Pokemon, 4 levels over leveled, can't one-shot a fucking squirrel? What is going on? I honestly, I'm gonna pull up a damage calculator. Cause this is kind of fucking insane to me. Frankly. 37, I'll make the attack stat 0. 123... 122. Covet. Squovit. 33. Yeah, what the how is that? How does that not kill? It never kills. Does this thing learn counter naturally? Like, I would never have guessed that Squovit learns counter. Not because it, like, boggles the minds. Yeah, at level 30, it learns counter. Good Christ, dude. Well, this is why I got so frustrated with this challenge in the first place. Honestly, is because I would make some progress on a stream, I would have fun, I would get something good, it would carry me through a lot of stuff, and even if I didn't play particularly sloppy, you know, these random fucking things would happen at the very beginning. It always happens at the very beginning of a stream on this challenge for some reason. I would never in a million years have thought to switch out on a Squovit. We were at basically full health. I need a palate cleanser. I need to do something else. No, I don't have anything else set up to do. This is all we're set up to do is play this fucking game right now. Hold on, let me fix the frame here. We'll start a new attempt. It's fine. It's fine. Every new attempt is an opportunity to get something crazy. So let's do it. Let's go. I'll miss you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, everybody. God. So fucking frustrating. And one of the most obnoxious parts of wiping in this game is there's no, like, the randomizer has to be reseeded every attempt. So if I save at starter selection, it'll always be the same random starters. It'll always be the same random Pokemon. So I have to manually go through and, like, do all of these settings every single time. God, that was frustrating. It's literally, I shouldn't be surprised. It's literally, I don't know if I have some kind of shitty luck, or if that's just the nature of randomizers, is that you just have to be on counter watch at all times. I don't know. I think anybody would be frustrated with that. The difference between me, like, playing a ChefLocke and, you know, one of your favorite Nuzlockers playing this same Nuzlocke as a Nuzlocke is that they could lose their slocking and keep going. But because I'm doing a ChefLocke, which is a variant I came up with, and slocking was named for one of our foundational ingredients. There's 8 foundational ingredients for this recipe. I kind of like Appleton. Keldeo. Is Keldeo base stat 600? Keldeo. DB. This is Resolute form. 580. We can take this. This is our starter. Flower 85. Okay. We start with a solid mythical. But yeah, in a regular Nuzlocke, you'd lose your Keldeo was the Pokemon we tried to catch at the end of last stream. I'm remembering now. I kept telling him I kept telling them I'd put them on the thumbnail if they let me catch them, and they didn't. That's so funny to pop up as a starter in the very next attempt. Let's look at this ability. Make sure it's legal. It's illegal. It's not very good. Oh, those stats are good. Those perfect bulk, perfect speed. Let's go, dude. Not the best moveset in the world to start with, but I'm happy. It's a great Pokemon. Flower the Keldeo. Welcome to the Resistance. Let's double check. What was the nature? Quirky, so it's a neutral nature. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Well, that's fun. We don't have Pokeballs yet. Until we do, the run hasn't technically started, and so we're going to do a little level grinding. There's always a chance that we don't have a good matchup into our rival's Pokemon, but if we lose to the rival Pokemon, that's not actually a wipe, since we haven't got Pokeballs yet. I'm in my living room. My wife isn't home. But both the cats are in the bedroom where my desk is, and they're sleeping, and one of them sleeping in the desk chair, and I was like, well, just live and room it. That's fine. Bubble Beam. We want this. They are more of a special attacker, at least in this Resolute form, than they are a physical attacker, so this is just swell. I think this should be more than enough to take on whatever we got to deal with here. Well, we're off to a good start. I think... Ooh, nice. That's even better to just go up against a Silvally we're super effective into. That's great. I think one thing is I might have a little extra time to stream today. I have back problems. I've got to like stand up and walk around every once in a while, so it's hard for me to like do too long of a stream sometimes during like flare-up times, which this whole season has kind of been a flare-up. But all that to say, I might like take little breaks here and there, but I think that like, yeah, I was kind of afraid of this. I saw all the water Pokemon. I really would have loved to have caught the Sinistra. In this situation, you just kind of try your best with the 5 Pokeballs they give you, and that's it. I mean, that's your encounter. You can't buy a repel before then, so there's nothing you can do about it. You can get a free potion to sell, and then buy more Pokeballs. I'm gonna buy 45 Pokeballs. This game's all about trying to catch Pokemon. Stantler would not be my first choice, but we'll give it a go. I gotta imagine we might kill it without it resisting. Hey, there we go. Well, this is certainly not a foundational ingredient. This can be sage. We should have access to Weirdeer. I don't know how you evolve into Weird Deer if it's the same method as where you use the Psy Shield Bash 20 times or something. Minus attack, overgrow, kind of dumb. Those could be worse. I like Stantler. It's just a normal Pokemon. Weird Deer is a Psychic type, normal Psychic. That's kind of fun, Ghost immunity and all. But still not just another normal type. I mean, I like Tandemaus and Mousehold, so I'm fine with this. I hope we can catch it. Ooh, Echoed Voice is a little nerve-wracking. I think what we do in this situation is switch in Sage to die to a crit. And then maybe we hit an Aqua Jet. Ooh. And we die. No. We die if we don't catch on this ball. Oh, wow. So, attempt 86. I don't know why I thought we were within range. It looks like we high rolled on the first one and low rolled on the second one because, yeah, that one Aqua Jet got him into the yellow and that second Aqua Jet just barely missed the KO. Whatever, dude. When it's these early encounters, I think I need to play a little more patiently. I think I made the right decision Aqua Jetting again. Maybe. I would imagine we were probably faster. I mean, I lost a good Pokemon just then. That I didn't have to lose. And that's too bad. But ultimately, I just have to keep a good attitude. And if we're in the truck over and over again, man, I really don't even know how. I don't know that we've ever been past. I think we maybe have gotten to Tate and Liza before. I don't know what our personal best is in this game. All I know is that it's kind of been fucking with me. And doing crazy shit like countering and one-shotting my Slaking for no reason. God, this is the one thing about wiping I really don't enjoy, is that I have to do this entire, obnoxious back and forth every single time. Persian Zapdos, I believe, is legal. I'm almost positive Zapdos is like a base stat 500 Pokemon as well, similar to Keldeo. Let's check to be sure. 580, that's legal. Zapdos, Flower, the Zapdos. Welcome to the Resistance. Jolly is not awesome, and Levitate is functionally useless on this Pokemon. But okay, so it's an up-speed nature. All the stats are okay except for the special attack stat, which is the main attack stat. So that's kind of a bummer. But our starter only has to be good enough to keep us alive until we catch something better. Is kind of how this challenge tends to pan out. Flower 85, 86. Flower number 86. God damn. It's just embarrassing sometimes how bad this all gets. God damn it. All right. Let's see if we can just get lucky. Again, if we lose this fight, it's not an actual loss. Yeah, we'll be fine. Rad. All right. Yeah, one of the things that was getting so frustrating to me about this challenge, which I took a 3 months long break from to beat Pokemon Lazarus, is I just kind of I didn't like how I was handling all the loss. I didn't enjoy myself, my attitude, and my mood towards this challenge, and ultimately, it's just like we're having fun. We're having a good time. And I'm really blessed to be able to play this and have fun. I don't know. I love playing Pokemon, and I've really been enjoying playing it on stream. And if the challenge never ends, it never ends, and that's fine. Someday it will. Calm, not terrible. Yeah, so we've got like a special... Ooh, and it already knows Eruption? That's kind of crazy. So we've got like a special attack... special attacker here. I mean, those are the IVs. Those are pretty damn good. It's a good nature for a special attacker. Yeah, Pepperflake. Welcome to the Resistance. I like Camerupt. It's not a very good Pokemon, but I think it's really cute. It's a fun concept. Camel with a volcano on its back? Come on. Alright, let's see what we can't get here. Armaldo. I actually like Armaldo. So, yeah, I was going to say... kind of taking a risk doing the Thunder Wave, but I think it's our best bet. Oh, and a crit at that. Oh my god. I'm fine with it. Like, if for no other reason than we had like a really suboptimal nature on that Zapdos, and like and a useless ability, a truly useless ability. It's one of those things where, like, I'm not going to reset at starter selection anymore. Like, if I roll something bad, I'm just going to take it. But, like, the runs kind of get off the ground naturally, or they don't. And a little bit, I just think, like, trying to... I don't know. I probably should have just tried to kill that thing. It was... I wasn't expecting the water gun. You never know what the move sets are going to be of these, like, these evolved Pokemon at these low levels. Because sometimes they have very unthreatening move sets. Like, they don't have any same type attack moves, or they lack any real substantial, attack moves. And you're safe, and sometimes they have, Water Gun for your Camerupt and Smackdown for your Zapdos, and that's kind of just the way the cookie crumbles. It could have been great. Could have been fun typing synergy and stuff. But it is what it is. Okay, we got Rotom, Standard, or Venusaur, or Magnemite. I think... Venusaur, I think, has, like, some Sleep Powder or something that we can start the game with. Steadfast? Okay. Oh, God. Well, worse Venusaurs have existed. We don't have powder moves. I was mistaken about that. But we're fully evolved. That's another thing about this game. I don't know if I have a weird update or something, but the amount of fucking times we have seen Venusaurs in the starter selection, and like exclusively Kanto Pokemon in the starter selection and that kind of thing, has also gotten me really frustrated in the past. And I'm sure I'll get frustrated again. I'm not promising never to get frustrated with this game, but I just want to have a better attitude overall. But 1 Ivysaur, Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, so that's 3. Venusaur, 4. This is our 5th time getting a... And one time I wrote down that, yeah, that there was an Ivysaur and we just didn't take it. So this is the 6th time, 5th time that we've selected, and minimum 6th time that we've seen one of the Bulbasaur line in the starter selection. It's just so fucking annoying, honestly. This will rough skin on the Ammonite. Get this thing to up to about level 8 if we can. Not a lot of... I think we're about to get something kind of annoying. Yeah. This is the most annoying song. We're listening to the Rurouni Kenshin soundtrack. And I always skip this song when I have the controls right in front of me, but I don't right now, so we're just going to let it rock. Just pretend it's like from like a mini game at Super Monkey Ball or something, and it's not quite as grating. This should go down fine. Yeah, there we go. Leech Seed, yeah, we always take Leech Seed. Yeah, it's not too long. Boom. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Ba-da-da. Ba-ba-da. Ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-da. Ba-da-da. Ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba. Ah, that's annoying. At least they make it easy on us. Sage, the Pansage. Welcome to the Resistance. Attempt 87, Sage. It's unevolved. This also has rough skin. Okay. Certainly better IVs than Venusaur. Not that that means a lot. Alright. My apologies. I could just feel my nose starting to leak. It was grossing me out. I needed to blow it. I try to avoid blowing my nose too much when I'm sick and I stream, but, you know. There's only so much you can do. Double into this Licky Licky. This would have been a more fun pickup. Excellent. All right. No missed encounters yet, but we have a... This is another thing that frustrates me about this randomizer Nuzlocke sometimes, is that we will get kind of like really locked into some types, like a lack of type synergy that can be really frustrating. Okay, rough skin's helping. I was like, we have no way of really damaging this thing without Venusaur. Hey, look at us go. Yamask. We'll call you... What are we thinking? Oregano. Why not? We're getting unevolved Pokemon too, which is not ideal. Because there's evolved Pokemon around every corner. Fully evolved, scary Pokemon. And we don't know what ability we're going to end up with, which could be frustrating. Up special attack, I think, is what you want. Modest is good for Kafagrigus, I believe. Or at least it's not the worst. Bum 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 bum. Yeah. Do 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 do. Another grass type Pokemon. I'm a little concerned about what this thing knows at this level. Okay, so it's not switching us out. I appreciate that. We can Vine Whip it for a while, even if we get some crits. Static. It's not awesome, but it's helpful. Oh, I didn't buy more Pokeballs. Great. That's totally on me. I mean, what can you do? Now we're staticked. Sage. At this point, I'm just getting the experience. It's another grass type. It's a really slow grass type, too. And I would have been happy to have caught it. It would have been nice. But it's also just like, you know, not at all the end of the world. Let's go ahead and just get through this. We're just going to try to plow through this with Venusaur. I need to buy more Pokeballs, but I guess I can do that in the next town. It's another thing that starts to happen when I reset over and over again, is it just all blends together, and then I don't know what errands I have or haven't done, and yeah. This challenge, I am remembering all the reasons I used to get frustrated with this challenge. It's like a hit parade of all the things that are fucking annoying, like starting the stream, losing my Slaking to something random and stupid, starter selection full of Kanto Pokemon, specifically the Venusaur line, type saturation, we'll call it, just a lot of annoying stuff to contend with. But ultimately, when it's going well, it's a lot of fun. Like when you have a good seed and you're getting, you know, decent encounter luck and ability luck, it really is a good time. And I really do think, like, you know, we could go all the way. I don't see why we shouldn't be able to beat this game. It doesn't make it just doesn't stand up to scrutiny, the idea that, like, this is too hard to beat. We're gonna beat this game. We're gonna beat this challenge. Now, do I want poison powder or sleep powder? Sleep powder. Cosmog. Everybody has, like, bug Pokemon and stuff. And look, go to sleep. And I've missed 2 Razor Leafs out of, like, the 4 that I've hit. That's obnoxious. It's a 1 in 20 chance of missing. So to miss 2 out of 4 or 5. Here, we can count. We can count how many times I've used it. Oh. Unless that PP carries over from... I don't remember if that would be counting Vine Whip PP or not. Alright. Can't forget to buy some Pokeballs. And by some, I mean 45 of them. Alright. Heal up. Talk to Dad. Help Wally the baby. Alright, now we gotta talk to Scott. He's annoying. And off we go. Alright, encounter time. I guess we're a grass-type trainer. It wouldn't be so obnoxious if, like, they weren't all unevolved. I guess our Venusaur is leading the pack. It's still annoying. Parsley the C dot. Welcome to the resistance. And again, it's just frustrating, not just because of the power imbalance. Jolly is actually good for a Shiftry, that's cool. But it's also just not knowing what abilities we're going to end up with. These are pretty good IVs, actually, for a 2B Shiftry. Could be worse. Dark type's good. Like a dark type to balance out our poison type for the psychic immunity. Could have good synergy. And it gets the dark typing. Ooh, this is less than ideal. Well, we're way over leveled. We should be able to do something. Ooh, don't like that. Yeah, okay, why do I keep missing these fucking Razor Leafs? It's a 95% accurate move. This is so goddamn annoying. Okay, there's my attitude. There it is. I get so frustrated with this game. I just missed another one. I missed 3 Razor Leafs out of 9. I mean, you know, missing 30% of the time, 33% of the time on a move that is 95%. It's just absurd. It's truly obnoxious. And yeah, you know, one thing about having a seed that is being this obnoxious is that I can be a little more reckless, I guess, with my playstyle, because I'm not attached to this shit at all. That might kill. Nope. Cool. You did it, guys. You lived. Hopefully Petalburg Woods gives us something crazy. Petalburg Woods. Sap Sipper Drowsy. That's not going to be awesome for us. At all. This could be the end. Hypnosis is great. Love to see that. And it's just going to keep using Hypnosis over and over again. I guess it has no way of hitting us, would be my guess. Nothing wrong with Drampa. I like Drampa. Don't kill. Hit one more of these. Come on. Good work. All right. We have everything in this game up to the Scarlet and Violet DLC, so we don't have Mega Drampa in this, unfortunately, but let's see here. This is the first thing worth a damn. We'll call it Onion the Drampa. Welcome to the Resistance. Gluttony. Okay, IVs are okay. Cool. What's the moveset on this thing? Echoed Voice is pretty good for a guy like this. Twister, obviously. And yeah, definitely more of a special attacker. Awesome. Pick up the Mimikyu Z. And yeah, we'll just head back to the Poké Center real quick. Oh, and we can... That's right, we can get rare candies now. So let's do that. I'm not going to buy a bunch. We'll buy. I'm not going to input a bunch. I'll just do it once. Go ahead and level cap everyone. That'll make things a little easier to deal with. And I think Parsley will evolve by this level cap, and we'll have a Dark type on the team, which has use, and we'll have something with a new ability, which is also useful. We'll keep Leer. Sage here is a Leaf Stone evolution, which we have access to before the second gym, so we can get this thing evolved, you know, at a fairly reasonable clip. Growth, we'll take it, why not? I think this thing evolves at level 14. Yeah, there we go. Nuzleaf, the namesake. Welcome to the Resistance. Yeah, we'll get rid of Absorb, because you're destined to be more of a physical attacker. Yeah, you already are more of a physical attacker. We'll check that ability in a sec. That's exciting. And then, yeah, Onion. See if you don't learn anything crazy. Buy the level cap. 15s. Glare is great. Yes. Cool. Alright, so we're doing our best. Well, we're doing something. Altaria, eh? Wish I had a poison move. I do not. Ooh. Onion. Wonder Guard Deerling. Is this our undoing? I think it might be. Weaken Will-O-Wisp. If we can hit the Will-O-Wisp, we can win. Okay. Hopefully that's the limit there. And then Sage has rough skin. So we just kind of... Yep. Let it chip itself away with the burn and the... That's so funny, honestly. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Ooh, not great for us. Excellent. Alright, we made it through. Yeah, I am certainly not thrilled with this attempt thus far. Okie dokie would have been a fun pickup. But I like our Drampa. I do. Drampa's good. Having a ghost immunity while we have a ghost on the team, not too shabby. Yamask has potential. Great work, Onion. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Razor Leaf. Razor Leaf. Razor Leaf. Razor Leaf. I'm not even gonna pick up berries yet. I'll just grab these hidden items. And fight. We are running into a lot of resistance. A lot of missed Razor Leafs. I swear, sometimes I feel like some of these games, I just get conspiratorial. I'm like, Razor Leaf should not be missing this often. Other games that I play where a move is 95% accurate, it doesn't miss that often. That's anecdotal. It's not evidence. You know what I mean? Like, it's not conclusive. But I just feel like I observe in this game kind of an increased, like, bad luck in, like, I don't know. But that's probably just me coping and seething. And seething and coping. That should do it. Good work, guys. We need all the money we can get, so we fight everyone we can, at first at least. So, Magikarp is Minior, I guess. There is a free Premier Ball here from this young person. There is our free Quick Claw from the physically abusive school's headmaster. There is the Cut HM from the Cutter. And here's the Poke Center to heal up. We've got 2 more encounters available to us. One of them is gate kept behind a bunch of battles. Furfrau. This is always one of the ones that comes up a lot, so at least we'll get it out of the way if we can catch it. Which, yeah, we should be able to. Let's call this thing... What do we got? Time. The Furfrau. So far, we still only have one foundational ingredient, and it's our starter flower. The strategy that goes into naming things for foundational ingredients is a little tricky for me and not exactly, like, solved by any means. I think that, see, I would have loved to pick up a Sharpedo, but God forbid. I think that, like, the obvious thing to do, like, the actual optimal play would be certainly to, like, name, like, one thing, like, one really good Pokemon you catch as a foundational ingredient so that it, like, takes up space on your team in an effective way, right? But then to more or less, like, use it as little as possible and not carry any other foundational ingredients and name all the other Pokemon the best Pokemon that you find, aside from, like, the one that you feel comfortable keeping on you, you know, you name them for non-foundational ingredients so that they can die without ruining your run or whatever. That would be like probably the optimal thing. I do not like the idea of, how would I put it, like cheating a system that I invented to have fun and to challenge myself, you know, like the whole thing about the ChefLocke is that it's supposed to be a little more challenging than a regular Nuzlocke, and so if I just kind of like cheat my own rule of the foundational ingredient clause by like playing it safe, it just seems kind of like it defeats the purpose in my mind. So I like to name my foundational ingredients for like Pokemon I catch that I know I'm gonna want to use, or that I suspect I'll enjoy using, or that I think might have good synergy with like other Pokemon that I have already. This is fun. I like Pomo. I was gonna try to paralyze it, but that won't work. But yeah, a fighting type and an electric type. This covers two things we didn't have covered. Hey, and it made it easy on us. Alright. What do we got for you? Basil. Yeah. Pomo. The middle stage. It's kind of hard to tell them all apart, but this is yet to fully evolve. Pomot is the final evolution. But Basil the Pomo, welcome to the Resistance. We'll have to check out your ability in the PC. You know, you see a Shelgon and you go, oh damn, we could have gotten a Shelgon, but you could also have like ruined your opportunities to get a Salamence already fully evolved early in the game, whereas like if you catch this Shelgon, you have this thing that's not going to be fully logged in for quite some time. So it's honestly a dodge the bullet a little bit, in my opinion. But those are all our encounters pre-Gym 1. I don't think there's anything glaring enough to keep us from beating Roxanne. She's not particularly challenging. You know, she's got a 3 Pokemon team. What do you got to say for yourself? You're calm, that's bad. You're sturdy, that'll change. And your attack stat is atrocious. So this is a bad Pomo. But we will put it in the party over Sage here, just for hyping synergy, if nothing else. I have considered, there is like a perfect IV option in the like randomizer settings at the beginning, and I've definitely considered using it. I've not pulled the trigger on it one way or the other. I mean, I've consistently never used it, but I never like explicitly banned myself from using it, so I don't know. Never say never kind of stuff. Onion, you're so Funyon. Galarian Moltres. That's something I would have liked to see on my team. And Galarian Rapidash. This guy's from Galar, clearly. Sorry, I didn't mean to do an echoed voice. I meant to hit a twister. Although it didn't really make a difference, did it? Let's scout out if it has a fighting move. Yeah, it does. Alright, so Oregano, get in here. Let's hit a Will-O-Wisp. Thus far, we ain't got nothing to be afraid of. It's showed us 3 moves. Yeah, I don't think it has a way of hitting us. Alright, so we're ready for Roxanne. There's no preparing. You put the best team together you have, and you let it rip. Nose blow break. Oh, this is Saito's theme. I did not know that. A theme of Saito. Bow, bow, bow. Bow, 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 bow. Parsley, there's no reason you shouldn't be able to come in and handle this. Yeah, there you go. Good stuff. Ekans. Let's just stay in for a second. Okay, they're hitting the poison stings now. Oregano. Don't love to see bite. It'll do it again, though. Ooh, perfect. Basil, great work. Drowsy. Does this thing know a psychic move? I didn't even level cap the Furfrou. That's so funny. It does know a psychic move. I feel like Onion should be able to clean this up. Twister. Probably should be using Echoed Voice. No reason not to start now. Great work, Onion. Great work, everyone. We did it. Got our first badge, first TM. And we've got more encounters available to us. We just got to save Mr. Bryony real quick. Got to save Pico. Yeah, I'm a little underwhelmed. Oh, I thought we fought him earlier. Guess not. Ooh. Oh, we need to level cap because now all the trainers' Pokemons are at a higher level. This is pretty nerve-wracking, actually. So let's do this. Sleep Adder, Leech Seed, Classic Combo, Resisted Razor Leaf. Ooh, we're paralyzed. Oh no. Level cap's not crazy. It only goes up to 21. But that's something we gotta make sure to remember to do after gym leaders is hit that level cap like immediately because ooh, Seed Bomb. That's fun. I believe Seed Bomb is fully accurate for fuck's sake. Crafty Shield. Yeah, no, not worth it. Time we gotta sit here and do this for a while. That's my bad. Headbutt is great. It's better than Tackle. Tail Whip is whatever. This team Aqua Grunt we're fighting only has like one Pokemon, so I'm not gonna go to the trouble of healing my guys. Whimsicott. Let's fight. Ooh. Flinch is good. One more flinch. Nice. Time, way to go. Mr. Bryony, there's your friend. Returned. Okay, and we need money because we need Pokeballs. Luckily, that's one thing about getting a bunch of like subpar encounters is that they are a little easier to catch, and so luckily, like we haven't thrown like a fuck ton of Pokeballs at something to no avail. Ooh, an Omni boosted Zekrom. Surely this will not result in a disaster. I'm gonna go crazy. Oregano. Ooh, that's less than ideal. Flower, I know you're paralyzed. That's my fault. Can you hit this sleep powder before you die? No. Basil, I'm gonna need you to survive whatever this thing can do. Dig this hole. Hit through that Omni Boost. Oh, Basil, I'm sorry. This is probably a wipe. I don't think time was outspeeding. I think we're wiping. Yeah. We'll play it optimally, quote unquote, and put out our oh wow, onion. What? Oh no. We're not making a mistake like that. Okay. Well, we're still in this. I haven't none of our foundational ingredients, that is to say Venusaur didn't die, so I'm gonna play this to its natural conclusion. You never know what kind of encounters we might get. We got our Pokeball now. That'll make traveling around a little easier. Damn, guys, I'm sorry. I mean, I just figured that, I don't know. I just thought that if I sent Drampa out, it would die. I thought it would get one shot for certain. That Ancient Power Omniboost, that was crazy. Still, we're going back there. We need the money. Let's set up Stovacor. We got a lot of new visitors. This is Inosuke's. I can believe that. Is in this order: time, basil, oregano. Sorry, guys. Wait, didn't Parsley died too, right? I'm gonna rewatch. Sometimes this happens in this game where it will. It'll just like, but I'm pretty sure he died. So I'm just watching back real quick. Oregano gets crunched. Flour comes in, gets crunched. Misses. Full para. It's also my fault for not healing the paralysis. We hit the dig. Ugh. Parsley goes out. Try to hit the Astonish. Do it again. Yeah, Parsley is also deceased. Well, you know, what are you gonna do? Like I said, I'm not particularly attached to this run. I'm not particularly attached to any of these Pokemon, so a little bit I'm just kind of like hands up in the air. What are you gonna do type shit. I could be making a lot of little more optimal little things, like putting the King's thing on this, the King's with Quick Claw or blah, blah, blah. I could be doing all that, but I'm not. Because, you know, if I'm going to get crummy encounters, I'm going to play a little crummy, you know? Like, if the run ends, the run ends. Far-fetched, eh? Let's get a sleep powder going. Let's get Onion in here. Start hitting these echoed voices. The Life Orb hurts more than it helps. Twister. Twister. Great stuff. Onion's been a great encounter so far. I'm liking Onion. Oh, there's more people to fight back there that I forgot to fight. Whatever. And we still need to buy more Pokeballs. Also, whatever. You know what? Whatever indeed. We should get our Miracle Seed, though. From this nice person. Doug Twio. There's an Alpha Heracross down here. We don't acknowledge them. Yeah, we'll go for 40 of them. I mean, I probably have too many Pokeballs that I should have saved for Great Balls is the argument, but on to Dewford. It's time for like 4 encounters. We have access to a lot of encounters before the second gym, so we could really turn the tide around here. We really could. That's not cope. That is the reality of our situation. So I'm gonna keep playing. We're not throwing in the towel. If we get really lucky, we can catch a Kangaskhan and use this Kangaskhanite. What do we get? Alright, put it to sleep. Sage can probably do a little chip with a Vine Whip. Static. Rough Skin. Onion. Let's go ahead and glare it after all. And yeah, I'll sit here and throw every Pokeball I have at this thing. Oh, baby! I thought that would take longer. Well, this is a great candidate for a foundational ingredient. We're going to go with salt, the Tornadus. I certainly prefer the Therian form, just aesthetically, but I like Tornadus quite a bit. I thought it was really cool when they finally were like, why don't we make a flying monotype? Why do they all have to be flying normal? Up special attack. Ooh, perfect speed, perfect attack. Special attack. Ooh, this thing's good. Okay, excellent. See, there we go. We're getting some heat. Right off the bat. Let's level cap this sucker. See what it don't learn. All right, excellent. I like Spidops as like an aesthetic, as a vibe. I think it's a cool looking Pokemon. It's like, how do I put it? I'm gonna go ahead and Leech Seed this thing, because if it dies before I can catch it, like that's fine. Okay, great, great. It lives. What do we call this thing? Oregano's dead. Basil is dead. Fucking Sage is with us. Parsley is dead. Time is dead. Let's go. Why not? Black Pepper the Spidops. Welcome to the Resistance. What do you got? Gulp Missile, so that's too bad. That won't work. Ivies could be a lot worse. But yeah, any ability that involves the aesthetic form of the Pokemon changing, Gulp Missile, Shields Down are two that come to mind. Don't work on Pokemon that they're not applicable to, so yeah, take what you get. It's basically a non-ability, which is better than a bad ability, like Truant or something, you know? So, it could always be worse. Is something that can almost always be true. Until you catch a Sunkern with 0 IVs across the board and Truant is its ability, and then you're like, it could not, literally could not be worse than this. And that could happen someday. It's probably happened to someone out there. I gotta imagine this thing is more of a physical attacker than a special attacker, but Struggle Bug does have that like special attack drop benefit that I feel like is worth keeping, because this thing's not, you don't have a Spidops because it's like some powerhouse. Oh, I haven't even used our Seed Bomb yet. Oh, nice. Speed goes up when you flinch. I see the vision. Ooh. Nice. Seeing an Urshifu out in the wild here makes me think that maybe we could actually have a chance at getting one ourselves. Ooh, that was close. I have one time in one of these attempts I did manage to catch my own Urshifu, and it had like Wandering Spirit, like Runerigus' ability, which like transferred your ability to something that hit you, or I don't even remember. It works like Mummy, but it's different than Mummy. This is interesting. You always throw one ball, see if it won't make it easy on you. Get this Sleep Powder going. Our attack is dropped. Maybe a Seed Bomb won't kill. Hey, look at that. Get another electric Pokemon on the team. Yay! Toxtricity. Welcome to the Resistance. Okay. What do we got here? Anchovy I'm saving for a water Pokemon. We got Onion, Basil's dead, Oregano's dead. We don't have a Pepper Flake yet. I like to save that for a fire Pokemon typically. Sage, we got Parsley's dead, Thyme is dead. Paprika I usually like to, I don't know, I usually like to give it to a Pikachu or a Raichu, or if I catch one. There's a lot of Pikachus because there's a lot of different Pikachu costumes that seed differently. So Paprikachu is like usually an inevitability. Cayenne is another one I tend to like to give to a fire Pokemon, but you know what I mean? Like, we have a lot of the stuff. Let's go weird with it. We're gonna go weird with it. I don't know why, but this is the first Cheeto. Cheeto the Toxtricity. Welcome to the Resistance. And yeah, I might put Cheetos on a pizza. I've never done it before. I don't know why it occurred to me. Shell Armor, terrible IVs, good moves. hey, what are you gonna do? Now, the thing about this tunnel that we're about to go into is, like, you know, I get tempted to save the encounter for, like, later, but it doesn't really make any sense. We're just going to take whatever's right there up front. Could really use a water Pokemon. Hopefully something cool. Alright. Let's see what we can do. I'm skeptical. We're gonna damage calc this. This would be a very good pickup for us. Like, legitimately. Keldeo Resolute, blank set, level 7. And we are a Pansage, level 21. And I want to know what Bite will do to this thing. So if this thing has a defense IV of 0 and an HP IV of 0, Bite, even a crit, should never kill. Hold on. Nose blow break, sorry. I feel like I always reach this point when I'm, like, healing up from a cold where, like, by the, like, 3rd day, my face just starts leaking, and I'm mostly better in every other way. Nice, alright. We hit that Bite again. Ooh, do we think we can do it again? I don't know. I want to switch out on the Leers anyway, so let's Bubble Beam. Get that Sleep Powder in. Let's throw a few of these. I will exhaust every Pokeball I have on this thing. We have a little money left over. We have a full team of 6 already. So there's plenty to be said for, like, how would I put it? We don't really need to worry about conserving Pokeballs right now. This is the exact kind of thing we reserve Pokeballs for in the first place. Is trying to catch stuff like this. Those 3 shakes, man. I have I feel like I have a trauma response to that was so close ass 3 shake wobble going back to childhood. Shoot, that was so close is like one of the most heartbreaking messages that a video game delivers. If we run out of sleep powders, we can paralyze, I think, with something. Okay, we are out of sleep powders. I believe... Oh yeah, Onion can glare. That's great. We still resist these bubble beams and stuff. Hit this glare. Switch back to Venusaur. He seemed to be resisting stuff a little better. But is there anything... What does that look like? A level 21 Toxtricity. hitting acid spray onto a Keldeo. What does that look like? That's a kill. That's a kill. Alright, I figured Pansage was our only real hope. Well, what about Black Pepper, though? What can Black Pepper maybe hit to drop this down just a little more assurance? I mean, let's see what that looks like. Spidops. 21. Assurance. Yeah, that'll kill at this range. I think, you know, if it would start hitting like Aqua Jets, so we could rough skin it a little bit, that could be awesome. But I haven't seen it hit Aqua Jet once. It's only hit Bubble Beam. I'm wondering if it didn't like. Yo, bro! Oh man, that's amazing. Okay, this is great. This is awesome. Now this thing, I am also. You know what? No, this will be Anchovy. It's about to go foundational. Foundational? That's the cold. I promise I finished puberty. It's been years. Well, I don't know. My armpit hair is still growing. Whatever. We don't need to talk about my weird body. Anchovy the Keldeo. Welcome to the Resistance. Let's go see what this thing has to offer. Torrent. Hey. Oh my god. Amazing bulk. Oh, great IV distribution. Oh, this thing's a heavy hitter. This thing is ready. You're the only non-evolved one here, Pansage, so you can go ahead and take a seat. Oh, this is exciting. To lose this on the last stream, not be able to catch it, to getting it as our starter on this stream, on the very first attempt after wiping, to losing that, to getting it back again. I mean, this is great. I certainly wish we still had Aqua Jet, but there's a move relearner that comes up pretty quickly, so hopefully that shouldn't be too much of an issue. I am going to go ahead and do this task of getting Stevenstone the letter so that we can go to Slateport and buy some items and get some more encounters. I am not regretting my decision to take my encounter from the front of the tunnel. This is really exciting stuff, honestly. I am going to do this. I'm going to go ahead and lead with Anchovy for a little while. I think one mistake that could be avoided with the Slaking thing is like making the mistake of leading with and trying to like rely on one of the foundational ingredients as you're kind of like out and about. That's maybe the one lesson I can learn. It's like stop leading with the foundational ingredient, even your really good one. Lead with a really good non-foundational ingredient so that if something stupid, really stupid happens, you're at least not out the whole run. Wow, there's Shaman in here too. Well, this is pretty cool. I am happy with our My Little Pony-ass friend we've made here. Let's go do the old Rustboro teleport. Get our experience share that we don't really need. But with that done, we can go back to Dewford, and he will take us to Slateport now if we ask. Wonderful. So we can get an encounter, a 109 encounter real quick. Girder, Intimidate. I mean, that's kind of good, especially if we could get an Eviolite. Hey, and we He makes it easy on us. What do we want to call you, huh? Girder. This is another item evolution, actually. We might be able to evolve this right away. Kind of like the idea of having an Intimidate user. One that we could give... This thing's... you know... Yeah, let's go Sausage. Sausage the Girder. Girder. Sausage, welcome to the Resistance. We are resisting blandness and a lack of fun in life. I should have bought more Pokeballs. I don't expect this to end well, quite frankly. I don't expect this to end well at all. But... oh, man, if we could time one of those Endures. But it's not like you can just sit here and know that it's going to... I don't know. This is one I don't really know how to damage. God, if only I could just, like, predict when it was going to hit Endure. He just tried to hit it. There's been no rhyme or reason. We already have a good water fighting type. He just tried to hit Endure and it failed. It seems like it's a random, totally random AI. It's like a 1 in 4 chance of fucking this up. Let's. What is an assurance look like into a Cubfu? A level 8 Cubfu. We should be able to hit it. We should be able to hit it. So let's get Black Pepper out here. And assurance. Do it again. There we go. There we go. Okay, now let's go for sleep. Come on, come on, come on. Oh man, these balls are shaking. These Pokeballs are shaking. Sleep. One turn wake ups. Come on. Sleep some more. This one, I imagine we're going to run out of Pokeballs. Okay, we got some defense drops on Flower here. Let's switch in Salt. Salt should be able to resist. Okay, woke up. Let's get Onion in here to hit a glare. Let's switch back to Salt. Yeah, we're running out. This might be the very last Pokeball. Wow, to fucking take us out on a 3-shake like that. Well, it's worth doing. It's worth throwing every ball at. You know, it just is. Let's do this. We've got some... Ooh, so we could get the Leaf Stone. There's no link cable here yet, so... how do we want to do this? Let's sell that. Sell that, sell that, sell that. We don't need any of this stuff. I'm not using my repels. I'm going to buy a Leaf Stone. I'm going to buy a Leaf Stone because I want to see what the ability that Simisage ends up with. And now, before I forget to, we're going to buy a whole mess of... We're going to stick with Pokeballs over the Great Balls. Now, real quick, let's evolve our friend Sage. Sausage. Neutral. Bad IVs. Boop boop. Doo doo. Doo doo doo. Should be under power up. Yeah. Alright, Sage. You earned it. Minus. Not awesome. Definitely a waste of money, but whatever. All right, final encounter. I will throw 5 Pokeballs at this. 3, 4. That's what I thought. I was like, this thing is just pretending it doesn't want me to catch it. We'll go... Honey. Honey, the Weedle. Welcome to the Resistance. If you've never put honey on a pizza, it's something I learned to do in the old college town I hung out in. And, it's delicious. It's really good. You can get the hot honey if you want to be bespoke about it, like the spicy honey. Or you can just be a normal human being and put honey on your pizza because it tastes good. Alright, let's evolve this sucker. I didn't even check its ability. Laser focus, that's a next move guaranteed crit. I like it better than string shot. Also, Beedrill here is a Mega Evolver, so this is probably a slight upgrade from Spidops. But let's check this ability out. Let's see. Shed Skin? Okay. And hey, Jolly is a great nature. And the stats could be a lot worse. Could be much better, but they could be a lot worse. Cool. Well, that finishes our business here. We can go ahead and trek back to Dewford. Oh, I don't have enough money. Good thing I didn't soft lock myself. Well, I think we've got the team we're going to have. And it's time to fight all these gym trainers. Halucha. Get bubble beamed, bro. Yeah, I thought that would hurt. And I was right. Double battle. let's go Bubble Beam Twister. Great work. Keldeo kind of has a Kenshin vibe with the red hair and the innocent-ish but powerful thing. We're playing smart. Cheeto. Let's start hitting these acid sprays. Oh, yeah. There's nothing up here. Yeah. But there is a guy over there. Ooh, this is kind of scary. But Onion is goated. Ooh, Swagger. I don't love to see that. That's kind of annoying. Let's see. I haven't seen an electric move yet. Let's see if it does one now. No, it doesn't seem to have an electric move. So honestly, Salt. Can you outspeed and maybe get some flinch? Okay, if we can get through one. Yeah, there we go. Now. Wow. Sorry to anyone grossed out by the nose blowing noises. I'm grossed out by being sick. I fucking hate being sick. It makes me fucking mad. Getting sick so closely to the last time I got sick too. It really pisses me off. All right, let's go. You can't plan. I mean, I could put on held items, but I didn't. So here we go. Anchovy sweeps. We are still faster, and we're using up their super potions, and we're even faster. So that's great. Applin A. I believe Salt has just what we need. So this is great. This kind of ended up happening with some of the gym battles too, is that like the randomizer, you know, it's random. It's not balanced on tiers. So that means that like Pokemon are not being replaced with Pokemon of a similar power level. They are simply just being replaced totally randomly. And so sometimes the gym leaders will have something insane, but a lot of the times it'll end up being these kind of like underwhelming teams that are kind of easy to beat. So, and I am not complaining. That is kind of what I thought the whole thing would be like. And it just hasn't been. So we got some more rare candies, and it's time to level cap everyone to, I believe it's just 24. I don't think it's a big jump. 25. The next level cap is a big jump. It's 25 to 37. Dragon Breath over Twister. Yeah, right? Yes. Like a move that hits both targets, but I like a move that hits harder better, because we're way more frequently going to be... Ooh, Venoshock is a special move, yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. All right, guys. Back to Slate Port. Oh, man. We get our soft sand, and let's start fighting all these people for their money. We need the money. Lord knows we need the money. I kind of just wanted to see what it would do. Salt. Pow. We got a lot of psychic weaknesses on the team. That's too bad. Onion. Can you bail us out of this with some echoed voices? I think you can. And I'm right. Tuber Ricky. And this should do it. Yeah, great. Great work, Anchovy. Let's do the double battle. Why not? Blah, blah. Blah. Hit echoed voices into these Ampharos. Switch. Insult. Wonder who Ampharos missed just then. Luckily, it doesn't matter. We go unpunished. Yo. Excellent work, team. Now we fight these fuckers with their dumb bullshit. Alright, this is Assault. Oh, Salt, you and this air cutter stuff is crazy. Jirachi, get bit. Fiery hot battles are my speciality. Or whatever she said. Poison powder? How about air cutter? Air cutter. Bubble beam should do this just fine. Ooh, bubble beam is less good into Giratina. We don't want those to get out of control. I don't think this thing is going to know any crazy dragon moves. I think it knows a lot of like weird support move stuff for now. Yeah, spamming defog, weirdo. So that worked out fine. Get our free Sodi Pop. And let's kick Team Aqua out of this museum. First, we got to talk to this guy. And then here we go. Pay our little fee, get our Thief TM, which is awesome. Honestly, I should teach that to somebody right away. And by should, I mean I will. Because there's leftovers and stuff to go for. Yeah, we'll go Thief over Bite. Why not? La 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 la. Oh no, what are we gonna do? Bubble Beam, it works great. Oh no, what are we gonna do this time? I'm gonna stick with Bubble Beam. We're a special attacker. So even though Double Kick is Stab, God, we have a lot of psychic weaknesses still. Onion, help us. Oh man, why'd you have to get confused? Damn it. Hit through confusion once. Great. And now, Salt, can you thief us out of here? Thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah, we need our own Psychic Pokemon or a Dark type. Even better. Scott, you're annoying. You talk too much and you are kind of stalking me. I don't have anything in the PC. Yeah, I mean, black pepper is probably, honestly, a little better to have than honey, since it doesn't have the detriment of the psychic weakness. If we didn't have as many other psychic weaknesses on the team, obviously Beedrill's better, but I think this is just a slightly superior choice for our particular situation. Now we gotta fight some more people so we can fight our rival. Once we fight the rival, there really only is one encounter that opens up, if I'm not mistaken. Charmander. You took that just fine, and the seed bomb should do it, yeah. Really? I thought I used the Poké Center. Furfrou, we already caught and killed one of you. I'm glad I maintained a good enough attitude to keep up with this run and to not just tank it because the beginning was hard. Like, I really do think that, like, we've got some pretty good pieces now. I mean, this Keldeo's great. The Tornadus is great. They've got good stats even. And we can build on that. So I'm feeling positive about this run that I was feeling negative about at the start. And I think that, like, if I just maintain a better attitude and kind of, like, play to my outs and, you know, keep consistently trying to, like, just actually win fights and sacrifice the right Pokemon, you know, when those situations arise, I think we have a real shot at I don't know, keeping a better clip, you know, keeping a better pace and oh, Sap Sipper Prinplup, eh? That means you don't have Volt Absorb. Good work, Cheeto. Do it again. One more time. Don't hit yourself in confusion. Don't get your special attack dropped. Whatever, we make it through. You're great. Double battle. Bubble Beam should be good into that, and then a Dragon Breath will be fine into this. Yeah. Don't like that, but it's not a big deal. We double kick, we Dragon Breath again. Ooh. We'll be fine. Really is something irritating my eye. Passimian, the Pokemon Lazarus goat. What was our Passimian's name? It was a bird. I think it might have been Heron. Heron sounds right, because Goose would have been on the route before. Yeah, Heron, the Passimian. We miss you. We love you. I don't think he ended up dying. I believe this is just the east side of the route that we already caught a Pokemon on, so I don't think this is a fresh encounter, but we might as well check. Yeah. Let's go restore our Pokevile before we get too deep into this route up here. We can do the, what's-his-face's house? Trickmaster? Yeah, the Trickmaster. Fight some people for some money in here. Get a prize. Flower should be able to tank this fine. Hit the seed bomb, yeah. Good work. We go for the useless mail because orange mail because we can sell it. Even for a little bit of money. Pokeball only costs 200 bucks, so Bubble Beam. We'll go with another Bubble Beam. Oh no, not our attack. We use so much of that. We will switch on this. Onion. Let's start hitting echoed voices. Yeah. One more. Ba, ba, ba. Arceus shows up a lot. I'm a little afraid for that for late game. Because this moveset is not that threatening in the beginning, but it just gets worse as it gets older. More leveled. Alright. Well, that's obnoxious. Fight this guy with the hat. Blastoise, eh? Blastoise, ever heard of Flower the Venusaur? Seed Bomb. Sturdy Heliolisk, eh? La la la. La la la. So I'm going to do something a little opposed to earlier logic where I was like, don't lead with a foundational. I'm going to lead Salt so that we can thief Life Orb. Ooh, scary. Black Pepper. Struggle Bugs. Yes, let's do that. One more of those. Woof. Onion, can you clean this up? Thank God we got that. Oh my God. That's not what I wanted to do. We're not doing misclicks. I'll do genuine mistakes, but not misclicks. Oh, Onion, yes. Woof. That Hatterini was threatening. I'm glad we stole its Life Orb. That was the right call. Let's go ahead and take that from you. And, honestly, I kind of don't want anyone to have the Life Orb right now. It's kind of a scary thing to put on a Pokemon in a challenge like this. It's kind of weirdly high stakes. Let's go ahead and do an anchovy onion sandwich double. Como-o. Let's just double into it just to be safe. Yeah, there we go. Bubble Beam, and let's do echoed voices on this side. Flower, keep hitting the echoed voice. Great job, Onion. And we can Seed Bomb and Glare, honestly. It's not a bad idea. Nice. Seed Bomb again, and a Protect for good measure. Great work, team. We'll go double battle again. on these two. Why not? So that looks like a water Silvally would be my guess. So let's do this. Special defense harshly fell. Let's switch out on that before we get Metal Sound whirlpooled. Okay, great. Clamperl is focusing on Onion. We should be fine, actually. Yeah, there we go. Get our Rock Smash HM. Let's go 20 Great Balls and 28 Pokeballs. The thing is that, like, there is something to be said for, like, getting a Pokeball with a better catch rate, obviously. But there's also something to be said for, like, I've caught a lot of really amazing Pokemon in regular Pokeballs in this run just because I threw enough at it. This is an encounter that we might as well go for, honestly. Yeah, I'm really on the lookout. Ooh, this is less than ideal. Let's hit the Leech Seed. It can't switch out. Okay. Cheeto, let's actually have you get in here. Start hitting these acid sprays. Yeah, that's gonna be our best bet by a lot. Excellent work, guys. Good teamwork. That could have been bad. Glad we split that up. One thing about Crest is I'm pretty sure nothing is rebalanced. I don't have documentation for this. Ooh. Forget what ability I'm rocking on this Keldeo. What do you have? You have Torrent. Right. That's right. Excellent. We can stand on one swagger. Yeah, there you go. Good work. This is an obvious switch. I believe there was one time ever that we got ourselves like a Sap Sipper Swampert. Okay, well this sucks fucking shit. That's annoying as hell. What do you mean we're missing? That was very obnoxious. Yeah, but one time ever we got a Swampert with no weaknesses. Snover. I'll throw 5 Pokeballs at you. 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll get 1 Great Ball. How about that? 5. Yeah, this is not useful to us. Just gonna let it go. Technically, we could try to get an encounter up north right now, but I'm gonna hold off on it. I will get this one, though. Palafin, not Finnison, so this is the evolved one. Interesting. I wonder if it's gonna have. I don't. That's interesting. I don't know if we'll be able to get the kind of Palafin that we want to have. That's honestly kind of strange. I have not run into this guy yet. Let's go. Got an onion. We got basil, oregano, pepper flakes, sage, parsley, thyme. Waiting on paprika. Waiting on cayenne, black pepper. Sure, white pepper. 87, Palafin. Alrighty. Scott, you're so fucking annoying. I really don't like Scott. I believe one of these trainers has, like, leftovers on one of their Pokemon, so we should be able to thieve the leftovers from here. And in fact, I'm going to lead Salt to see that we're in a position to do that. Huh. Do, 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 do. 95% accurate move, y'all. I think it's this guy who, for some reason, has leftovers on one of his Pokemon. No. Might be this one? Thief? Yes! There we go! Let's fucking go! Why isn't the leftovers working? Okay, thank you. Easy enough switch. Seed bomb, there we go. Good to go. Let's do it. It's Watson time. Yeah, I was like, this shouldn't have Wonder Guard, but Leech Seed, we can live Eternal Leech Seed and hit another double kick. Oh, we could have gotten a second leftovers just then. That could have been good. Static is great. Leftovers, dude. It comes in so much handy. Getting these super potions done. We get our crit. Static. Simple enough. Simple enough. That's 3 badges. Alright, we got a level cap. It's a big jump. but it's a jump we have to make. Otherwise, we become really, really vulnerable. This vengeful move deals more damage if an ally fainted in the turn before. See, that's something I don't like planning on, but I don't use Leer, so... Aqua Tail is actually not on message for us. We're a special attacker. It's inaccurate, which obviously we've seen how much luck we have with that. Extrasensory is awesome. I'm gonna get rid of Protect. We're not flinching, but having Psychic coverage is great. Dragon Pulse over Dragon Breath, yes. Oh, and it sounds like my loving wife is home. So I'm gonna end the stream right there on a win, rather. Why not? So yeah, that was the stream. We are we're doing our best to maintain a good attitude. I think we've got some good pieces here. Hopefully we can add some stuff to this team to balance out some of the worst elements. But thanks you guys so much for watching. Whenever you watch, I really appreciate it. Anything you do to boost these videos means the world to me. A like, a comment, subscribing, obviously. But yeah, I'll be back Tuesday evening with more Emerald Crest for now. So thanks so much again. See ya around. Bye bye.